What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Fat SNORLAX'S Road to Max Cape and 120 cooking. As you can see right here, doing a whole lot of cooking. It's truly a grind, and right now I'm working on these great white sharks because the rocktails were just not very good. Like profit-wise, they were kind of a loss. But the great white sharks really aren't that low of EXP in comparison to the rocktails, so the amount of money you make while doing these definitely makes up for that little bit of EXP loss, in my opinion. I mean, honestly, it's about an extra half hour at the end of the day in order to make up the amount of EXP you would have lost, and you'll make several million gold by doing the great whites. And also, these prices have definitely changed. This is a little bit older clip, but they were a lot of money at the time. Moving on to some rune crafting. Basically, I came back here after 99 because I wanted to get the last shard that I need for the Artisan Cape, however you want to say it. But anyway, I was missing the shard, which you do get after 99. So it did not take very long at all, and I got my shard, so now I'm able to make the cape. And here we go, all the shards fusing together into this cool looking little setup. Artisan Cape unlocked. Woo! Awesome! It's not a bad looking cape, honestly. It'd be cool if it had some like particle effects, but I mean, you know, we're getting kind of used to a billion different particle effects at this point in the game, but it is a pretty nice looking cape and a really weird looking hat. Doing a lot of fish vention right now, using the crystal pole, crystal rod. I was using the Rodomatic, but I switched over to the crystal rod because the crystal rod is a bit faster. Pretty soon here I'm going to put some perks on it to increase the speed even more, but right now I'm just using it without perks because I want to kind of compare what I'm going to get now and what I'm going to get after, you know, just out of curiosity. But yeah, definitely going to be doing a lot of fish vention because it's a great way to raise invention right now, especially working towards that max cape goal. This gives me a way to get invention AFK and also extremely cheap, so I'm going to be doing quite a bit of it. Another thing I've been doing to help with fishing is doing my oyster event. This is definitely an event that everybody should be doing. If you do not have it unlocked, I highly recommend going and unlocking it. You can come down here and get quite a bit of farming experience. As you can see, the EXP drops are huge, and then the EXP drops for the fishing are even bigger. So this is a great way to raise up your fishing in a very small amount of time, as well as your farming. Also, it should be noted that this is a free way to get farming that does not require you to let anything grow, and there's no chance of it dying because it's just a little event you go here and do. So as you can see here, the EXP drops for the fishing is huge. Also, you cannot use any boosts with this anymore. You used to be able to boost the EXP you get with like equipment and everything, but now you can't do that. They did nerf that. Something else a lot of people don't know if they don't do oyster is that you get money for doing it. So you can get all this reward here, like example showing above. So you get a small amount of money for doing the oysters, so it's pretty awesome. A bunch of EXP, a bunch of money, and you just do it like a weekly, or sorry, not weekly, but a monthly event. So honestly, it's one of my favorite things to do. Been doing a lot of caches lately. It's a great way to raise up your Divination, and also a pretty fun way to break the grind if you are grinding Divination by collecting wisps. This is a great thing to do. Basically, you can just jump into a little suit. Well, you transform into a Chris, and then you run around and you are able to smack over other Cresses, and then that's really it. Also, when you go out of the morph form, then you can basically run back and forth and drop these memories into the center. It's kind of a pain if you're on a world where not a lot of people are being a Cress at the moment, because then you have to watch out for them because they will smack the jar out of your hand. But after doing that, I did knock out 98 inventions, so it's a massive progress towards that max cape, and really close to getting 99 divination as well. So I went and moved over to my fishing stuff and decided to get the invention experience off these with siphons. So right there, hitting 62 invention. That was from the augmented Rodomatic, and now doing the crystal rod, 63 invention off of that, getting a bunch of XP from those two. I also been doing a bit more Slayer tasks lately, so this is actually one of my favorite Slayer tasks. I absolutely love these. I did not love these as much in the beginning, but now that I'm you know, maxed out in combat and also have some decent gear, these are actually a lot of fun and really fast experience. These are the Crystal Shapeshifters. You find these on Tardiad, or however you say it, after doing the Elf quest, and they are pretty hard. So I would recommend that, like I said, you wait till you're close to max before really tackling these. or at least having maxed out in one form of combat. You can use any form of combat when fighting these, And I do swap around different combat styles when I come here. But all in all, I usually use tank armor, the tier 85 armor from player-owned ports. Also, I'm using mage a lot on these because of the fact that mage is one of the ranged kind of attacks, so that way I can hit him from far back and then make the task a bit quicker. Also, mage does do some pretty massive hits on these things. And then a lot of my augmented gear that I'm working on building is actually in mage. So as you can see here, I'm actually doing this with a chaotic staff. If you have 99 magic, you do not need to have a tier 90 staff, although I would say a tier 90 staff would make these significantly faster and easier, but I was using tier 80 with this just because that's what I had augmented at the time. Also, another thing you can do is you can use Gano when you're fighting these. That's also pretty good to do. Me personally, I've kind of decided that I'm going to take off the augmentations from my top and bottoms, well, basically all of my armor in general. I'm not really going to use armor augmentations any longer. I will basically stick to weapon augmentations because if you're only using weapon augmentations, I've found that it is extremely cheap to do combat with Invention that way. And like I said, I would like to knock out Invention as much as possible by doing fishing and by doing woodcutting. So maybe later on, after I get 120 in both of those, I'll start putting it back on armor. But right now, I don't really feel like wasting the money on the armor stuff because it does get extremely expensive to use 3 augmented items while you are doing combat. But as you can see, these are pretty simple to kill after you get the strategy down. You can just swap between SS and then also praying against them. I will probably do a guide for like a Slayer guide to kill these crystal shapeshifters later, but really right now you should just know that these are a massive amount of experience each as you see the EXP drops. And also something that a lot of people don't realize is the augmented item EXP from these guys is insane. It is actually better EXP per kill than like an Eret or something else that a lot of people do. But the only thing is these are a lot slower to kill, so it does balance it out that way. But if you're wanting something different to do, try these out. Knocking out some more Slayer tasks here and also raising up that augmented EXP on my mage gear. I did get this Iron Dragon task, which I kind of wish was a Steel Dragon task, but that's alright. It's knocking these out. And actually, while I was here, I realized something too, that when you kill these dragons now, they used to have all these worthless drops like darts and knives and everything. And yeah, you might kind of know where I'm going with this. Since the Invention update, these items are actually worth quite a bit more than they were before. So now that makes these Iron Dragon tasks, and most likely Steel Dragon tasks as well, quite a bit more money than what they used to be. I obviously still use Bone Crusher to crush the bones because that's a complete waste of time to bank those. But I do now loot the throwing weapons and the ammo that I get from these, you know, because it stacks in your inventory, and then I can use that to break down for components or sell it to make some extra cash. So it does make these a bit better. Also, if you haven't done this task in quite a while, these do die extremely fast. And also keep in mind I'm using tier 80 gear here, so you know they can die, you know, pretty much instantly if you're using tier 90. Well, alright guys, that's going to be it for this progress update. There is going to be more, another progress update coming up here real soon. It's not going to be a full week before the next one. So look forward to the fast Snorlax road to max cape and 120 cooking. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber if you enjoyed. Hit that like button if you'd like to, and leave comments, and I'll see you guys in the next video.